and skies, everything breathing, praising God, in the company of all who love the King. I would be.
Simon says, kick your leg. Now Simon says, lick your elbow.
Yeah.
You can't reach, man.
Dude. Oh, so why are you guys
I can't do it.
So pretty much I just want to get some notes to you guys, as in maybe throw some statistics at you guys. And just to let you know, if you guys didn't know, 100% people in the world fail. Just like we've seen right now, you guys fail. You're a failure. That's what the world would tell you. Or in my case, they would say, you suck. So, anyways, I just wanted to throw that out to you, in that most people do fail, and that it's evident that people fail. And my prayer is, by the time I'm done speaking on this topic of failure, that you guys get something really deep out of it. So I'm just going to read some notes I was taking while I was just reading my Bible. And I want to just throw this scripture out to you, James 5:11. So if you got a Bible or you're taking notes, I just want to read it to you real quick. James 5:11 talks about patience and suffering. And I'll start in 10. It says, brothers, as an example of patience in the face of suffering, take the prophets who spoke to you in the name of the Lord. Verse 11. As you know, we are considered blessed, those who have persevered. You have heard about Job's perseverance and seen what the Lord finally brought about. The Lord is full of compassion and mercy. And if you guys don't know what happened to Job, pretty much his life just got messed up. Everything was taken away from him, his family, everything. A lot of stuff were just really ripped from his life. His sons and daughters died, his cattle died, he lost all his money. He had boils on his body, he threw ashes, he was using glass to scrape those boils off, and it was just gross. It was a lot of stuff. Failure is a hateful word that a lot of us fear. Failure is most common than success. Failure to God, failure to Jesus, failure to our parents, failure to ourselves, and failure to our duties. But guess what? Failure is not avoidable. It's not the enemy though. It's kind of like fertilizer. It helps you grow, and it helps you make the right mistakes, which will make you make the right corrections, and which will make you get on the right path. And failure is not irreversible. Once the deed is done, it's done, but it can be corrected. Failure is not final. 99% of failure equals success. Think about that. I want to take that from this guy. I don't know, I can't really say his name, but I just call him So Honda. It's like Sakatori Honda or something. I don't know how to say his name. But he's from Japan, and pretty much he created the piston ring, and he brought this idea to Toyota. And he gave this idea to Toyota, and Toyota rejected him. So he was like, you know what? I'm not going to give up. I'm going to continue. I'm going to make a new idea. So he gets another piston ring, he refines it, he makes it better, more smooth around. He brings it back to Toyota. Toyota's like, you know what? Awesome, we like it. But we can't give you a factory. So what this guy does is he gets his own factory. He gets it started. He asks all of these guys to help him out. And pretty much a long story is he gets his factory that he always wanted. But, as you guys know, this was during World War II, and so not only once, but his factory got bombed twice by both of the atomic bombs. This guy who had this awesome idea was like so psyched, got rejected by Toyota, then got accepted, then got bombed, this factory that he made with all his little pennies that he had. But it didn't end here. This guy got off of his feet. He somehow survived the bombs, which is crazy, radiation and all of that. Got up on his feet, created this motorcycle, which was just a bicycle, and it had a motor to it. And a lot of his friends were just digging his idea. He's like, yo, Honda, we like that, man. Let me get some of that bike and that motor. And pretty much he started manufacturing that out of his own house and stuff. And pretty much what you guys know today is the Honda dealership. And that guy who went through so much bombing, so to say, and all this, and all these failures and all these rejections, and look at where he's at today. And so hopefully that encourages you guys that though you might be going through some spiritual warfare, or you feel like you're getting atomically, spiritually bombed or whatever, that, dude, remember Honda. I can't say his first name, but just remember Honda. You know, he went through all that. It's like none of us are perfect, and we're not all perfect Christians, or we're not all like super happy all the time. You know, there are times where we get down, and to be honest, there are times where I got down, but I like that scripture. It says, remember Job, like, he had these boils on his body. Dogs were licking them, and they're like sores. That's really gross. That's like you getting a cut and the dog just comes out of nowhere and like licks your body. You know? But just that Job persevered, and in the end, like, God restored him because of his faithfulness. He let the enemy mess with him, but Job was just really faithful to God. And I like that. I like to see that when people go through really rough times, and in the end, God rewards them because of their faithfulness. God rewards them because they persevered. God rewards them because they were trusting in a God they couldn't see, but they had so much faith. That's just something to think about. And just a question to kind of end this, before we just end the song, is if the possibility of failure was removed, what would you attempt in your life? And just think about it, if failure was removed from your life, if you weren't scared anymore of being a failure to your friends, to your family, to your parents, to yourself, if that possibility was taken away, what would you accomplish? What would you do? And that's just something to think about.
You better recognize